that's how life is going right now, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Willoughby. I'm the author of He's Making Diamonds, A Teen's Thoughts on Faith Through Chronic Illness, and the host of the Diamonds Conference, a free online conference for Christians with chronic illnesses and other health challenges. Writing is hard. Chronic illness is hard, and when you put them together, they can seem impossible, but I'm living proof that they're not. And today, let's talk about 4 tips for editing when you have brain fog. We've talked about blogging when you have brain fog. We've talked about writing when you have brain fog. But editing, guys, is my nemesis. I hate editing. I love reading other people's. I love beta reading. I love alpha reading. But editing my own stuff is hard because it's a lot of decision making, and that's something that I struggle with. So first, Grammarly. It's so basic, so simple. If you're not using Grammarly, why not? It is really, I really enjoy, spell check is great. Grammarly is not always right. You still have to make decisions, but it really can help you catch a lot of the things that brain fog will just make you skip over. You know, when you have brain fog, you're just kind of like assuming that things make sense because it doesn't always make sense to you. But Grammarly can really help you catch all of those things. And that particular program I've really enjoyed because it goes beyond just this word is misspelled to like grammar items of that, not just spell check. Again, with the yawning, I'm sure you can relate, right? If you can relate, comment below and let me know I'm not the only one. Number 2, Control F. So when you are, this can help you to, one, find different places in your document. It's great. But Control F, I specifically use to find things that I commonly get wrong. So if you're going through Grammarly and you're noticing things, or you're noticing that there's a common misspelling, you can Control Find, and you can find all of them at once, and you can change all of them at the same time instead of having to go through individually and do each one. Honestly, these tips for editing are helpful for a writer no matter where you're at with your health, but especially when you can't think, eliminate all that you have to. And then also, like with Control F, something that I did, is, for example, for me, I use the word that too much in my writing. So I Control found all of the uses of the word that and looked at them one by one instead of having to read it all and try and find them all one by one. It pointed out to where they were, and then I was able to do something about it. So I feel like, a lot of these tips are about helping you find it and then you can do something about it, because it's so easy to overlook things when you're editing and you have brain fog. Number 4, have your Google document, Word document, whatever program you're using, have your word processing document read it out loud to you. And if you're not sure how to find that tool within your word processing thing, Google it, search it. But most of them have this choice and this option. And when you're having a computer voice read your writing out loud to you, it really stumbles over the things that don't sound good. And it makes it more challenging for you to overlook things. As well as it provides a different way for you to think about it. When you have brain fog, if you can think about it in a lot of different ways, it can be helpful. And generally, when you're editing, if you can look at it in a lot of different ways, it can be helpful. But as we know with brain fog, our brains function differently. So sometimes it'll be easier to process things auditorily, sometimes more written. So print it, look at it that way, change the font, look at it that way. Those are just hacks for writers in general, but especially having it read it out loud to you can be helpful because it's thinking about it in a different way. And providing a different perspective. It's so easy to overlook things when you're not thinking clearly, and I'm so sorry because it's hard, but just some hacks here for your benefit. And so then my final advice here for editing, whether that's an article or a book or anything, when you have brain fog, is to get help. You don't have to do it by yourself. You shouldn't try and do it by yourself. Get help, because other people might have minds that are not foggy. They will be able to look at it with a different perspective. They'll be able to look at it and help you with those decision making parts. And so, as you're considering getting help, one, it's crucial, it's necessary. If you don't know where to find help, comment below and let's brainstorm ideas of where to find those kinds of people. But also be very intentional and careful about the type of help you get, because when you can't think clearly and people are offering all of their thoughts and all of their opinions, then it can be even more challenging to make those decisions. So you want to get help from someone you trust, from someone who's writing a taste you trust, from someone who you know isn't going to just who you know will tell you when something, oh, this is my personal opinion, and oh, this is a grammatical rule what you should do. And you get to make your own decisions still, no matter what. But I hope those help. Let me know what your advice is for editing when you have brain fog, because I definitely need it. I really appreciate that. So we'll see you in the next video.